I am the Humble Seer.
Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. So let's do a past, present, and future on LeBron James, the basketball player. So we're going to pull a card on his young life, as a young boy, his teen years, his 20s and 30s, his adult life, and then we'll pull a card on his future. And we'll pull a card on his mother, father, and love relationships, romantic relationships. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I did a reading already on LeBron and his significant other, his wife, and it wasn't good. It's not a good marriage. Okay, so this will be him as a young boy. This is him in his teen years. This is him in his 20s and 30s. This is him as an adult. And this is what his future holds. Okay, we'll pull the other cards, the mother, father, and romantic relationships a little bit later. Okay, so as a young boy, we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is Prince Charming. They like romance, and they look at life through rose-tinted glasses. And that's what I'm going to hone in on as a young boy, as LeBron as a young boy growing up. It was tough. And so the best thing for him was to pretend like his life was, all rosy. But those were just glasses. Those were just, the rose-tinted glasses that he was wearing. He had a tough life. And he was somewhat of a mama's boy, is what I'm getting. I don't know anything about his family. I don't know his mother and father. We'll pull cards on them. And if he has his mother, great. If not, whatever, cards. When I say mother, it's whoever raised him. I feel like it was a mother, his mother, but it'll be a figure, mother figure, if they don't have their mother or father. But we're going to always refer to them as the mother and father because that person holds that role and they view them in that way. So yeah, I feel like, projects, he didn't grow up with much. And he was bullied, is what I'm getting. And there was, I sense abuse as well. Like by different men that just abused him. Maybe the men that the mother had in her life or that came into the home. There was some form of abuse there. Okay, this is his teen years. Okay, so now we have the Knight of Swords. And if you can see the expression on this young person's face, because knights are younger, they're not pages, but the Knight of Swords is, they're like military. They're confident, they're quick moving, they're self-assured, they're aggressive. They shake things off. And this is him in his teen years. He's becoming aggressive. He's becoming good at his craft, which is playing basketball. He's becoming very good at it. And he's the Knight of Swords. And I see that he's starting to have a lot of rituals and things that he does. Like, it's almost, it borders on like a mental illness. It borders on that. It's like, there's a name for it. I don't know. It's like when somebody leaves their home, right? And they lock their door, or they get down the street and then they come back to the house because they didn't believe they locked the door, but the door is locked, but they're checking it and they're locking it and they're pulling the door, and then they get halfway up the street again and they come back and they lock the door. And it's like that. Or they turn on the light and then they come back, they leave and then they come back and they turn on the light. It's like an obsessive type of compulsive type of behavior that I get from him in his teen years. And that will progress through his adult life. And that is who he is. In the military, he's very disciplined, more so than anybody else in his, And it's not a discipline like Michael Jordan was disciplined. This is a different type of discipline that he has. It borders on an illness. Okay, but now we're going to move into the 20s and 30s, which I believe he's at now, and that is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is independent. They're lonely. They're cruel. They're to the point. They're very direct. They're not easily fooled. So the Queen of Swords is who he has become. But it's also his family life now, right, is tough. And there's somebody in his life, and I don't see it as his wife or his mother, but it's almost like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's almost like a dominatrix, somebody that wields that sword and, is abusive and is paid to be that, is what I get. But let's pull another card on, because this 20s and 30s is, this is where he's at now, right? In his 30s, I would imagine. I don't know if he's 40 yet. I don't know how old he is. Okay. Now we have also the nine of Wands, along with the Queen of Swords as it relates to his 20s and 30s. And the Nine of Wands is, well, it's delays, it's sickness, it's injuries. And he deals with that regularly, as he plays the game. It's tough on his body. But it's also injury is, well, people that are into whips and chains and things like that, they go through injury. It's strange. It's just what I'm seeing. Okay. Now this is the adult life. Now it's 5 of Pentacles. So now we're talking 40s, 50s, and beyond, right? This is his adult life. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, and we know that's about being left out in the cold. The 5 of Pentacles is poverty, it's sickness, it's disease. And that goes to what I was saying about that compulsive behavior that he has. About leaving the house, coming back to the house, having to, everything has to be perfect. Your clothes have to be put. If your sweater looks different, you have to take it off, put it back on. There's just things that you're doing that are just taking you. It's like your mind is taken over by the compulsive behavior, the need to constantly fix and do and change and go back and redo. It's like a constant, and that's his life. And it's a disease of the mind. And he tries to suppress that. This is his future. His future is the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is abandonment. And that's where I'm going to leave that, because in his future, he's going to be abandoned. He's not going to be revered or really, it's like he'll go into hermit mode. And see these characters fighting? Well, he'll be fighting with himself in that mental state that he finds himself in. And this is his mind fighting with himself fighting with himself. Right? This is himself fighting with himself. And this is him, because this is in the mind. And this is him just going off. There isn't anybody around. There's several cups because people would be willing to come around, but he has almost become, it's not even almost, he's become a recluse in his future. Okay, so let's now pull a card on mother, father, and romantic relationships, okay? So we've got the mother, the father. Oh, there's two there. Okay, we'll take those, both of those. Okay, that mother figure in his life was judgment. Somebody that passed judgment on him all the time. Boy, why aren't you doing this? Boy, boy, boy. I hear that word boy for some reason. Like she doesn't see him as a man to this day. Okay, and then the father is the moon. The father is a mystery. Who is the father? Where is the father is what I'm getting. Is the father in his life? It's not looking like it. But the father is bad energy. Not good for the boy. But the mother is constantly passing judgment based on the relationship that she had with the father. It's very sad. Okay, this is his romantic life, and we have two cards here. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit. And the King of Pentacles is who he is. He's wealthy. And this is his romantic relationships. So yeah, we get that King of Pentacles, he's wealthy. But he's also the Hermit, and he retreats. This person is, I just get like very difficult, if not impossible to live with. But the romantic life is filled with stuff and things. And he is very military. You have to go listen to the reading that I did on him if you haven't already, because it really ties in beautifully with what his past, present, and future reading is. So I'm going to leave it there. There's not much more to say about his personal life. His relationships they're not good. But he has those issues with that compulsiveness and all of that. And that seeps into every facet of life for him. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for stopping by the Humble Seer. Please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and leave a comment below and tell me what you think about this read. And if you like the reading, then consider buying me a coffee, and that will be in the description box below. Until next time you take good care, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.